Dr. A. Mayil Murugan, sir, an associate professor and HOD of Postgraduate Department of Commerce, the Madurai College Autonomous, Madurai. Dr. A. Mayil Murugan is a trainer, researcher, academician, and consultant, TRAC, currently working as an associate professor and head, PG Department of Commerce, the Madurai College, Madurai. His educational qualifications is MCom, MBA, MPhil, SLET, FCMA, PhD, Chartered Institute of Management Accountant, CIMA, Advanced Diploma, Management Accounting from London. He was elected as a regional council member for 2 terms, 2011 to 2015 and 2015 to 2019, holding a position as chairman of Southern India Regional Council of Institute of Cost Accountants of India, Chennai, during 2017 and 2018. He is a fellow member of Institute of Cost Accountants of India, All India Commerce Association, Indian Accounting Association, and All India Management Association. A very warm welcome once again, Dr. A. Mayil Murugan, sir. Please go ahead with your keynote address.
Good afternoon, sir, for your nice introduction about myself. Really, I appreciate the organizers, especially Prakash and Manoj Singh, sir, for organizing such a wonderful international conference on a relevant theme which would be everlasting, because the word itself, it is sustainable practices. So wherever you are using the word sustainable, yes, our Global Research Forum Foundation, always they are sustainable in their organizing the various seminars at a global level.
Thank
and
you,
also, really, I feel more proud to stand to say some of the input from my side. I am the regular speaker of this type of programs. Really, we appreciate and congratulate the person Prakash. He is very keen on organizing various programs. So once again, good afternoon to him. Sir, just before Professor Abhishek is rightly pointed out in his speech very nicely about the research and business models. Yes, really, once if you conduct ability to conduct the research, surely developing a model, the sustainability. So the answer is with the Professor Abhishek presentation itself. So very simple equation: the research in depth of any institution or any industry, plus developing a business model by using the business analytics model or data analytics. The result, it will be more of tailor-made, but even though if it is tailor-made, it can be used for open choice. And the business models is very nice word. Actually, the sustainability, the sense in accountancy, PRL, the commerce professors, we used to teach accounting principles. One of the basic principles of accounting, so convention of conservatism, convention of consistency. These two important the convention principles. It leads to create accounting policies. So whatever the policies we have, it is based on acceptability of that particular institution or a country. Especially while we talk about this in the banking sector in India, not only in banking sector, the global banking scenario. So we used to hear the words, the prudential practices, prudential norms. So prudential is a very important term which will be useful for sustainability. When a good person is different from prudent person. So prudent person is always focusing towards the expected risk management in the business. Now in this pandemic situation, each and every industry and institution, so in order to sustain themselves, so they have to develop on their own research work in their institution, along with developing a model they will sustain. So I will give a small presentation and share screen. Share. Hopefully now is it visible, sir, for everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, you can put it in presentation mode.
Yes, sir. Just in the bottom side, scale is that you have to move to the top. And
Yes, yes.
PowerPoint is like the graphics.
Okay, sir. It is visible.
Yes. In the prudential person with creativity, you will get a sustainability. In banking sector, they have based on the Basel norms 1, 2, 3. So whatever the norms they have prescribed global level, it is to sustain in their business, banking business. So that is the reason why they have given in the 1991 that financial sector and the banking sector reforms, introducing prudential norms like capital adequacy norms, income recognition, and it is called the provision norms of assets. Why I'm giving this banking? So banking is a fulcrum of any the economy for growth. So banking sector, they have a sustainability in their activities. They could not run the business with the mere the interest spread what they have in their mind between difference between the interest on borrowings and the interest on deposits. So the difference between these two lending loans and advances and the interest on the cost of capital difference is called the spread. Invariably, it is only sorry. Banking reforms, Basel 1, Basel 2, and Basel 3, now we are talking. Here, the difference between the interest on advances and interest on capital, which will not serve to run the banking business. That's the reason why now the entire banking sector, they are moving towards non-interest income, or otherwise called as fee-based income. So far, all banks have shown their profitability majority based on fund-based business. Hereafter, no, it's more of service-oriented thing. Instead of fund-based business, they have to move from fund-based to fee-based business. How to enhance their non-interest income? Naturally, in our training program, we used to say, interest, the uh, mother of interest is discount. For interest, there are about 5 children. One is called the processing fee, service charges, transaction cost, pre-closure charges, and the neighbor son, it is an insurance. In such a way, the banking sector, they have revised how to enhance the fee-based income. All private sector bank, they are charging for all things. Why? In the sense that their cost of management, it is higher to achieve the break-even point. So since our Professor Abhishek, since he has touched the model, so immediately I have changed my presentation style. Instead of giving a theoretical aspect, why not give a practical mode? For example, for a bank, I have taken banking industry. Since I have done some research on banking, so basically, there are about 5 models in this thing. And to overcome your cash loss, to overcome your loss, and to overcome interest loss, to overcome opportunity cost loss, to earn desired level of business, how much funds is to be deployed by the bank, and in order to deploy that much funds, how much what you call how much amounts the deposit is to be collected from the general public. So in such a way, the model has to be designed by using either ICT model, even the mere Excel model is more than sufficient. Otherwise, by using any programming, we can do wonders about this sustainable model for a banking business. So that is a very basic thing. I'm more focusing on data analytics and business analytics. So we have all descriptive statistics in our hand, and based on that, we have to predictive model by using whatever the things said by the Professor Abhishek. Then from that model, the answer, it would be more of prescriptive model, whether shall I go for it or not. So the strategic decision making one has to take. So that is the reason why the sustainable business growth or what are the challenges in front of the business. So they have to face the challenges, especially the future, the uncertainties. So how to mitigate how to evolve a strategy for risk management. It's a very great thing, especially in case of banking and insurance sector. Not only for the service sector, even for manufacturing sector, how do they maintain their strengths? So for that, they have to evolve the various strategic management tools in the manufacturing side is concerned. Here, just I will move further. Sorry. The life is no longer the same cup. So always we have to think beyond. We have to think differently also. So this is one of the important slides I used to present in all my seminars and conferences, because the one has to understand what is the basic thing, developmental foundation for a country, education and health, and moving towards our ultimate objective is the quality of life. Then affordability, accessibility, equity, and those things are very much essential pillars of ensuring the quality of life. Affordability, accessibility, equity, quality. So you have to treat everyone under equal model. So in such a way, you have to design. So before selling the product or before making service to anyone, so we have to ensure that who are all your consumers. So that model is very much important. Whether esteem value customers or use value customer or cost value model, we have to evolve. So that is to be there, but we could not stick it on mere fulfilling the needs of esteem value customer. We have to think of giving models for cost value customers also in order to sustain in our business. So it starts with marketing. So value system, esteem value customers or use value customer or cost value customers. So in such a way, you have to, in the sense, you have to satisfy your entire gender. Okay. Then this is about basically whenever things we are giving to our student community or whatever it may be, with ethics is very much required. Ethics, sustainability and ethics, it is go together so that you can sustain your business. In after 91, there are about a lot of session zone. Now we are talking about covidization. Starts with the LPG, so digital, those things. And we cannot afford to continue doing business as usual. Now, what we have done so far, we cannot continue it because of so much, it's called uncertainties. So you have to, for that only, you have to use a probability model. So how to convert uncertainty to certainty. So that is our another important part we should have it in our mind. As an R&D department, they have to take care of how to mitigate the uncertainties and to convert into certainty. So for that, probability model can use it. Then, what is sustainability? It is there in as per the dictionary definition. It is about future. It is continue over a period. Any situation, anything comes. No, I will sustain myself. In the sense, I never feel fail to achieve. Even in this pandemic situation, why we are creating reserves, provisioning norms as per the accounting policies. So what for, in order to meet out the uncertain in future, the risk may be a higher side. So naturally, those time we have to liquidate those reserves into our business. So in that angle, how we are without compromising ability of future generation to meet their known needs. Presently, we have to meet the needs of the present requirement without compromising the future. So it is about ensuring the long-term business success. Normally, we used to say, men may come, and the organization will be there. A person who is working in an organization, even after even is at the retirement stage, we should not feel that we are going to retire, but the business is a continuous process. That's why, and the accounting principle, the going concern concept is a very basic principle of accounting. The sense that the business is going on, assuming that it never ends. So, in the same line, you have to think. Now, the growth that enriches not blunders the environment. So, what is required to sustainability? It's called responsible competitiveness. So, responsible competitiveness. You are answerable. You are accountable to your competitors also. The healthy environment you have to provide. Doesn't mean that you should not be a monopolistic or whatever you have in your mind, we should not. And undercutting, it is not allowed. And predatoring, it is not allowed. So you have to be compete with the other competitors, having the concept of the competition. Competition. There is no word competition in the English dictionary, but there is a word in neologism. You can combine two English words and you can create one more new word, which is called cooperation plus competition is called competition. 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 And at the same time, packing plus innovation, packnovation. Education plus entertainment, edutainment. In this angle, you have to think whatever the competition comes, are you going to feel or suffer or lead or compete? So how you are going to face the competition? So the ultimate, when you are not able to lead, so naturally you have to think of collaborating, either local or global collaboration, starting with the merger, acquisition, takeovers, joint venture, strategic alliance, consolidation, and the last word is competition. Suppose if you are not able to compete, naturally you can lose your market. So many jewelry shop or the unorganized jewelry shop, they couldn't maintain because of the organized sector jewelry shop. So in this angle, how to sustain the sense, naturally how to think of responsible competition. So healthy competition with ethics. For that, what is required? It is need to do is three aspects you have to think of. One is the social, environment, and economic. The socially equitable, economically equitable, environmental viable, economically viable, socially bearable, and environmentally bearable. So we have to the environment. It's called green management, and the society. So that is also to be bearable. You can refer the social in the place of social. It is towards people. Economic, it is a bottom line. It is a profit, and the environment, it is called a planet. So all these three things, it is based on your principle. That is called ethical accounting. So how you have to maintain, you have to balance sustainability. It is based on three major areas along with your ethics: economic accounting, social accounting, environmental accounting, along with the ethical accounting. Without having ethics in your business, you cannot sustain. You can do any business. We should not misuse it in such a way. You have to think that is called sustain. Then from there, I'm going only one important slide, which is very required. And from there, I will move to the this one. This one. So for any business, they have a vision, value, strategy, resources, capacity, motivation, money. And the same line, this is a block. Suppose any business having all these seven items. So the company has a vision. Sure. Yes, they have a vision. They have a core values. The strategy. Yes, what to do in a long-term plan of action strategy, and in order to fulfill long-term requirements of the society as well as the organization. So what are the resources required? Yes, they have sufficient resources and the capability to do the business. Motivation and the feedback is there. Money, so you go for change. There you can do anything, everything. Suppose without vision, you don't have any vision at all, but you have all these six strategies, six views, 6 points, and what will be the result is called only a confusion. When once you lost values, if you don't have any value system, corruption will be there, whether private sector or public sector. That is also to be done. Once if you don't have any value system in your organization, that's why now the corporate culture is the vision and the mission statement for any institution is very much required. And they don't have any strategy. So they are working for short-term plan only. They never thought of long-term strategy. So naturally diffusion. So they will be defeated very soon. And they don't have any resources. Yes, I have a lot of ideas, but I don't have any resources. Net result is a frustration, fatigue. Next. And capability. I don't have that such a capacity or competency or capability. The result is fatigue. And without motivation, I don't have any inspirational activities. I don't have any models. And so naturally, it results in crowd. And the last one is without money, you will become loss. So last part is loss. So this is these keys is called 7 keys for success. Even for an individual, every one of us, we should have vision, values, strategies, resources. Those things are required. Basically, any sustainability requirement, any decision crisis, if it happens, you can follow all these 5 fundamental things. Incremental cost principle. Even for shutdown, you can think of incremental cost and incremental loss. When the loss is more, then you can close it. When loss is less, you can continue it in such a way. And the opportunity cost principle, if it is the benefit sacrificed by not choosing the best choice, sometimes we miss it. So we forced to miss it because of government regulations, because of the competitiveness. We may forgo certain opportunities. Even when you are missing it, we will get some other benefit to sustain your thing. And in sustainable business, before taking any decision, whether time period, there's a very short period or a short period, long period, very long period that is to be assessed. Then only you can think of making, because in the long term period, in the sense, naturally you can change the supply factor as well as the demand factor. Whereas very short period, if you didn't change anything at all, so under situation where crisis will be there, very carefully you have to deal. And the futuristic approach by using the discounting principle under the investment decision, whether long-term investment decision or short-term investment decision. So you have to think of the time value of money. So naturally, the value of money plays a significant role, especially time value of money. And the input distribution. Suppose if you have a shortage in your input, so how it can be distributed to various activities to sustain our business. So all these 5 principles, you can, once you practice in your business, the sustainability ensure. Then the analytics part. I used to say the analytics is very much. But our Professor Abhishek just before told, the research. So in these areas, once the organization, they have to done the research on a specific topic, re-engineering. He told just before, the engineering aspects, outsourcing or reverse engineering, Kaizen model, life cycle model, target costing, rather than fixing price based on cost and fixing the cost based on your market price. So that is a very great mantra today, target costing. There are 3 eras. What is first era is called cost plus profit is equal to sales since the 1980s, 70s to 80s. So whatever the cost incurred by the company, so they will add some return on investment, what they have expected, or based on their cost of capital. They will fix 8%, 10%, 12%, or whatever their requirement. The result will be the resultant selling price, but which is not possible in current environment because the market force is much more to fix the price rather than your cost force. So for that, what you can do, then you can think it of the second model, which is called the selling price fixed by the market. And whatever the cost incurred by the organization, you can deduct it. The result is called the resultant profit. Either profit or loss may arise. So on these 1990s, many public sector undertaking, especially sugar industry, cement industry, as a spinning industry, they have missed their bus because of the second era. The selling price is fixed by the market. The cost, because of the lack of automation, lack of the ICT methodology, so they have failed in the second era. The third era, it is a target costing. Once if your ability to follow the target costing, the sustainability will be ensured, especially from this cost management side is concerned towards sustainability in costing. What is it? Selling price is fixed by the market. In the sense here, before selling the product, your price is fixed, and whatever the amount required, your profit, you just deduct it from those selling price. It's called estimated desired profit. So the result is called the cost is targeted. Your cost is target. In the sense, you have to make a product at this cost. Then only you can reach. So that particular cost, once you have designed, now you go for value analysis, value engineering, re-engineering, how we can make a product with that particular rate. Normally, in our Tamil Nadu, there is a price is called a 2 rupee pen. Previously, the students normally used to 2 pen on Tamil. And now it is a rate is raised to 3 rupees. So it is called a cost value product. They made a research and at last they found that. So it is more of a cheaper and then compared to Rotamac or Reynolds. So they have succeeded. But they should not, since the sales volume is increasing, they never increase their selling price. Because of the cost, at most cost increase, only they have raised to 2 rupee 50 paise to 3 rupees. Now they are sustaining because many students they are using only 2 rupee pen because it is a cost value product. So in such a way, the cost is to be optimized. So once you follow the target costing model, surely you can sustain your business with the activity based model. Why I am giving here the activity based model? So activity based in the sense you have to divide value added item and non value added item. You just segregate it, and the non value added item it is to be removed. And under the value added item, how we could be able to manage, especially with the inventory model. The inventory, we came to know that many inventory models, a normal model is called JIC model, JIC, just in case model, from JIC to JIT model. And recently, just in time model, from JIT to with the ERP results, they are moving towards the VMI model, vendor managed inventory, which means you need not worry about your inventory. The vendor themselves, they will manage your inventory from their place at their cost. So almost the zero level inventory is ensured once you adapt the VMI model. So naturally, the current ratio concept and liquid ratio concept and everything it is gone, and the interest on working capital it is majoritarily it has gone. And another model, no, the receivables management nowadays there is no credit terms, especially in the retail sector. So naturally, we are moving towards credit card model. So everyone they have to use the card, a cash and carry model. So once you follow the cash and carry model and inventory model, certainly your result is more. So this is a very important model which I want to convey within the stipulated time, since I belong to the costing profession. And on the research side, we have done a lot of research, especially quantitative research as well as qualitative research. Normally, no, for any product management, we used to have a multiple variant analysis, multiple regression model. The cost is depends upon the various factors, and you could what you call it's called explained variance. Certainly, it never touches 100. It will be less than 80 or 85. The remaining 15% maybe it is called unexplained variables. Now I have introduced the qualitative research on the same topic, same product. Then I could identify by using that factor model, and so what are the contribution to change the price, or what are the contribution to reduce the cost, which is invisible but qualitative nature. So we have to give a qualitative input in the sense how to retain your customer base, how to retain your workforce, and how to manage without affecting the economical value. You have to add some social value concept also. So in this angle, once we are incorporating the cost management strategic model to the business, certainly there will be sustainable in their quadruple bottom system. It is called the people management, profit management, and the planet management. So these are the JI model, wow technology, supply chain. So those things are latest models. And this is a different perspective on analytics, descriptive, predictive, prescriptive. So with these words, I conclude my presentation. So in order to sustain your business, cost to model by having research with your business model, using statistics or mathematics or quantitative techniques or operation research, you have to develop on our own model with ICT through computerized environment. Certainly you can sustain your business. So with these words, once you follow these type of practices then and there, and you have to update dashboard model every day, your business, the performance, it is to be depicted in your dashboard of your office. So with these words, I conclude my presentation with thank you very much, sir, Prakash, as well as other organizers for giving me an opportunity to give a.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mayil Murugan, sir. And you finished right on before we break.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Any questions from any participant?
Hello,
Any
sir. Good
comments?
afternoon. Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yes, yes. Doctor.
I'm Dr. Jayakudi from Madurai Student College.
Good afternoon, doctor.
We are fortunate to hear over various words from various speakers, especially from the loudspeaker, who is of my one friend, alumnus of my own institution. It was very informative. In a matter of subject, I mean, in a short span of time, he has covered all different aspects. And certainly, I am thankful to the organizers, and I congratulate the presenter, my friend. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, Dr. Jayakudi, sir, for nice words. Always you are a person motivating the student, not only student, even for teachers who is presenting.
Certainly today, the time span is very less, but many of you have given very essential subject matter of the topic. It was very useful, confined with subject matter of the title. Thank you, certainly. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Doctor. It is always encouraging to get such comment and feedback. This is the fuel which keeps us going. I would say.
Because it is a presentation, it is more of not only on costing, even finance aid, many areas are there. So today I have restricted only to cost management. It is very relevant for this one. That's why.
Yes.
Even for any question on this one, you can share.
Any comments, feedbacks, questions, suggestions from anybody? Before we break, I guess, for lunch, and then we will have our paper presentation.